Hi, it's Jeff.
And Denise from Mousesteps.com.
And this is Mousesteps Weekly, episode number 33.
33. Sponsored by Theme Park Connection in Winter Garden, Florida.
Great place to get your last-minute Christmas gifts, last-minute gifts.
And Maple Leaf tickets.
Another great place for last-minute ticket gifts.
Ticket gifts, not just Walt Disney World, but other parks and dinner shows and such.
And first, we are going to Universal Studios Orlando. We're going to go all around Orlando and Central Florida in this week's show.
And we met the Grinch, who I actually don't like meeting that much because he is...
You love the Grinch.
No, I like him when his heart is double the size, but when he's really the Grinch, I don't like him as much.
Well, I thought that he should know of your distaste for him.
He did.
So
I got ambushed by the Grinch. You did. I was off reading a book. Well, right now he's like talking to other. Oh, there's Ryan. But Jeff saw me reading in the corner, and then he tells the Grinch, "That lady doesn't like you." So then the Grinch had to come over.
Well, we're getting ahead of ourselves. See how nice he is to these nice people. He did not like the book that she had because it wasn't his book. So he threw it on the ground, and he's just fun. He's a fun
threw
Grinch.
Their photo card at them and said, "Take it, old people."
Well, here, see, now I'm coming back to the Grinch to let him know about your displeasure with
and I was not
antics.
Over here. I was in the corner, minding your
own business. But it was good. It was good for the Grinch. See how nice he is. He's hugging you.
No, I didn't like it.
He's making up to you. He was so nice, and you were so mean. You were mean to him.
Look at how mean to him.
He was a nice, mean Grinch.
You embarrassed me. Grinch. I told Jeff not to do that.
Well, people need to watch the version with audio on the show notes.
Right. Almost everything we do is based on a video we already have up. So.
But it's really funny to see Denise.
Don't do it again.
You loved it.
Let me read my Yertle the Turtle.
And there are the Who's. These guys were part of the Grinchmas Holiday Spectacular show.
And that is such a fantastic show. I mean, really a good show. You have to go to Universal for the holidays.
Yeah, Universal for the holidays is good. And we told them that we enjoyed the show. And also we told them to have a happy holiday, which they said they would.
And I think it's a totally live show. The
actually live singing.
Right,
we like live, not pre-recorded shows. It's always live entertainment is good. So,
risky but good.
Yeah, we had a good time. We had a really good time. And across the way that was actually at Islands of Adventure, I should clarify. But this is in Universal Studios itself. It's the Macy's Holiday Parade.
And these are all floats, actually, and characters probably I don't know about the characters, but the floats were all in the original Macy's Day Parades.
From long ago Macy's parades. I've been told that some of these floats are actually antique floats, and theirs are the convicts.
No, they're not convicts.
The criminal element.
No, will you stop? Somebody in our YouTube video asked if they were actual convicts. They're balloon handlers.
Convicts.
That's all. No, they're not.
They're just people that they pick out of the crowd that's at Universal. It's funny. I was talking to a friend of mine who actually did it once. And it really is an unforgettable experience. I mean, you have to sign a form saying if you damage the float, you are responsible for the float. So you can't sort of just let it go and have it float away. That would be bad.
Well, you have 20 people handling it, so I don't think
it could be a conspiracy. You could have a conspiracy with everyone.
I mean, how many of the balloon handlers are employees and how many might be
I'm sure.
I have no idea.
Right, I think the majority are employees.
I have no idea.
But it's something, if you go to Universal and you really want to do it, it's not many people can say they have guided a Macy's helium balloon.
And I don't know, do you ask about it or do they all?
I think they,
I have no idea.
That is a question I don't know the answer to, I'll be honest with you.
I'd rather do one of the surveys for $20 and get out of there and
have a
butterbeer.
Yeah, well, I'm with you on that. But it's not much different than signing up for the Mardi Gras, throwing the beads as well. I believe that is a volunteer, or they just pick people for that too.
And there is Mother Goose.
Mother Goose, that's right. I feel like we're narrating things. I feel like we're the Reg at Thanksgiving there. There's Shrek. There's Shrek and Fiona coming down New York.
I actually really enjoy the parade. I like the music to it, and it's just a very festive, very different than what you'll find at other parks.
Yeah, I actually love the parade too. I think this is one of my favorite parades in Orlando. It's just a lot of fun. It really gets you in the spirit of things.
And if you haven't been to Universal Studios over the holidays, it really is worth going to with the shows and the parade and everything.
And here we have, I believe, another institution. Is it? No, I thought it was going to be Charlie Brown, but I was wrong. It is
an institution.
Well, that's true.
Scooby-Doo and the Mystery Machine, right? Isn't that what that's called?
That is correct.
We have one on the Christmas tree.
There is Shaggy driving the Mystery Machine.
I missed him the first time. Like when we actually saw it, I didn't see him. I was just looking at Scooby-Doo.
But Scooby seems to be very animated there with his Rudolph nose going
I love
brightly.
The addition of all the different characters.
Yeah, me too.
There's the balloon handlers. Oh, and here comes the Simpsons.
The Simpsons. And of course the Simpsons are in their RV. And depending on where you are, I see Marge Simpson on the other side. There's Homer Simpson without a duff of beer, of course.
I don't think I've ever seen a full episode, maybe one full episode of the Simpsons in my whole life.
You are.
So
That's
I don't know anything about
Simpson.
the RV. I know who they all are, but I don't know anything about the RV.
We will have to watch some episodes. The Simpsons is very good.
Right now I'm in the middle of Freaks and Geeks. Maybe after that.
We'll get you to see. We will get you to see.
I love Freaks and Geeks.
And here is Marilyn Monroe, I believe, and I think she's with another.
I didn't think she was with anybody.
No, I guess it's just Marilyn. I shouldn't say just Marilyn. It's
just Marilyn Monroe.
Big deal to have Marilyn Monroe.
And we've been actually watching a lot of Marilyn Monroe films lately.
Yeah, old
and
school.
Stilt walkers, because you always have to have stilt walkers.
It would not be a holiday parade without a stilt walker.
Or a regular parade.
That's true. And a gnome, a Christmas gnome.
Is that what that is?
I have no idea. I just made that up.
idea.
It sounds good, though. Doesn't it sound good?
This is most of the parade we're watching, right?
This is a very cut
and
highlights.
This is for the daddies.
Yes, the daddies.
A little something for the men who've had to watch all the characters and all the floats.
Are you implying that the daddies are watching Santa Claus here? I don't
no.
get it. There he is. Hi, Santa Claus. Merry Christmas to you. And Mrs. Claus, a surprise appearance by Mrs. Claus. So after the parade, where we watched it, we were able to go right across the street and watch this awesome concert by Mannheim Steamroller.
They were fantastic. And this was for about an hour show. And this is included with your park admission on, I don't know how many days.
I believe it's just on the weekends.
On the weekends.
But it's the 4 weekends leading up to Christmas, so it's a really nice value. It's a nice bonus.
And
again, it was a great show.
What I liked is that they had everybody sit, and when people try to stand, they...
Civilized.
Yes, they made them sit.
Civilized. I wish that the castle show at the Magic Kingdom could be civilized like this. That's my one Christmas miracle.
Like if everybody
sat. If the crowd could be... either you sit or you stand, one way or the other. Now, this is the guy who plays the Grinch during the day. Well, not the day we went. He had played it in the past, and very good, very, very good. I'm glad they brought them up to sort of break up the show.
All of these, there was 4 characters they brought out, and I don't know if they're actually in the daytime show or not now, but they have been, and so it was really interesting to see them singing these songs, but in their evening wear.
It was a really nice medley of that show. It was a wonderful time. Now, though, we're going to move to Universal Studios Hollywood, where I'll let you tell that story.
Well, we were invited to a press event where Betty White,
Real snow, by the way.
It was. I wish we were there. We almost were there that week for this, and we were going to go to Disneyland, but Betty White received a Who-Manitarian Award.
Honorary Who-Manitarian Award. Oh, and there is the Grinch. We have the full video of the show in the show notes. I would recommend watching it. It's a really funny, good show.
I just wanted to thank our friends from Mice Chat also because I couldn't get one of our correspondents to be able to get there.
It was in the middle of the week. Had trouble, so they did a great job.
And there's Betty White, and they were able to talk to her.
Pictures and the video for us.
We really appreciate it. And but yeah, that would have been great. I mean, Betty White is such an institution, just amazing. So I would have loved to have been there.
Now, last week we also went back to Busch Gardens for Christmas Town again. Christmas Town, so much fun. We've been twice now, and we're thinking of going again if we can. We hear it might be sold out this week, but this was kind of fun. We went to a very furry Christmas.
And I told Jeff, I said I want to meet the characters, and so we finally did.
Oh yeah, I mean, I've known these guys my whole life. How can you not want to meet Big Bird and especially the Cookie Monster? Cookie Monster was very, very animated too. I
had no idea he
breakdancing. Yes, and he did great. Look at those feet go. I mean, he talk about.
This isn't the breakdancing part. He's getting down now.
Right. Well, he's showing us some of his. Here we go. Here's some cookie break dancing. But yeah, they did a very good job there.
We really, I mean, not all of the characters are ones that we know from our childhood, but obviously there he is. Big Bird and Cookie Monster are two who've been there for a very long time.
And you could see he's dressed in his Christmas attire. The Big Bird had a Christmas tie, and he had a nice Christmas hat.
And that's Abby Cadabe. She's more current.
I had no idea who she was.
I
but
know
now
who
I
she
do.
is because
I've researched it now.
Relatives, so.
Relatives.
Kids who enjoy Sesame Street.
Yes, but she was a lot of fun to interact with. Yes, very colorful.
But she doesn't break dance.
She would not. No, I asked her. Remember, I did ask her to. I asked her if she could break dance.
You should have asked her if she did the Gangnam Style.
She just said no.
Oh, and Bert and Ernie also.
Yes, and they were also nicely dressed. And we the Cookie Monster started a bad precedent with his dancing, so we tried to get these guys to do it too. And they did, but they're kind of a square. Bert's a bit of a square, so he couldn't get it quite right. Ernie made a good effort, though.
This was one of our favorite parts of Christmas Town on the second night, is getting to talk to and meet all the characters.
So now we're moving over to the Magic Kingdom at Walt Disney World. The tree is finally up. They always kind of put off the tree until the parade taping for the ABC Christmas Day Parade is done.
It's probably been up at least a week now. We had this ready for last week, but we have been so sick the last couple of weeks.
The weather has been hot and cold, and so have we. So we didn't have a voice, so that's why we put up that special edition with Martin Smith last week.
And nothing's too different about the tree this year. I wish it was still, I always will say, I wish it was in the Rose Garden before the...
I like that it's not Duffy. That is very cool that it's not Duffy. Not that there's anything wrong with Duffy, but it's nice to see a bear that's just a teddy bear.
But until about 5 years ago, it used to be in the Rose Garden before the parade, and then it was like dragged down Main Street, and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I enjoyed it too. I thought it was a beautiful photo opportunity having it there, and I really wish they could someday bring it back and put it in the Rose Garden. If they're going to have to do this with the tree, why not have it up twice,
Well, they could probably make enough on PhotoPass to make it worth their while.
No, lest you forget about the two trees that flank the castle.
I know. We were told by a cast member there'd be two trees flanking the castle, but it's these two little tiny trees.
Forced perspective.
Forced perspective.
You must not.
I was so excited when they said two trees.
And a nice tribute to the Carolwood Pacific Fairweather Route Walt's personal train that he used to have. So yeah, it's really cool. It's still cool, but it's virtually identical to the tree we've seen in the past few years.
I think it is pretty much definitely identical. And you've got the popcorn. I mean, they just bring it out of storage, I guess, every year. So it's nice.
But I guess if it's not broke, you don't fix it so much. Speaking of fixing things, though, they have started to update the former Skyway station, and now it looks like it's going to be a giant bathroom opportunity.
A bathroom opportunity, or pee and greet. I like to call it the pee and greet.
And there's a nice tangled tower that's slowly coming into building.
Well, we were told up until recently there'd be no meet and greet here, but somebody just told us there would be, so I have absolutely no idea.
I'm thinking there will be. I mean, would not this be the perfect place to put the tangled characters?
You would think.
Yeah, I mean, there it is. I would be very very if the meet and greet does not happen there.
Well, I have no idea, so
we don't know. We do not know anything. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. Now,
but it looks nice.
Yeah, I think it looks cool. I think it'll be nicely themed when it's done. So I have high hopes for that particular area. And these guys are the Majesty Makers. Is that
I think
what
that's
it's called?
Royal Majesty Makers. I didn't stay for the show.
No,
I was busy.
You were off doing other things.
Right.
I recorded the show. We have the entire show. Also linked on the show notes. It's mainly a show for kids, but it is entertaining to watch. The music is good. It's kind of like the Giggle Gang in a way, where they have the band, 3-member band, and
Is this 3 members or 4 members?
Well, there's 3 members of the little band here, and there's only 2 actors. But I mean, it's sort of that same thing where they all come in, they do a show.
I see 4 members.
Oh, I think you're right. Yeah, I think you're
right. Just like
4.
the Giggle Gang has 4.
Right. So it's
interactive
similar
for kids is what it looks like.
And we'll get into the Giggle Gang. The Giggle Gang was not as bad as we had thought. We're not clown people, but next week we'll have more on the Giggle Gang.
Do we not have the Giggle Gang now?
No, this was done
pre-Giggle
Gang. This is pre-Giggle Gang.
I was going to talk about the Giggle Gang.
We can talk about FastPass Plus.
We tested
FastPass Plus.
That's
why we're in the Magic Kingdom and how we stumbled upon the Giggle Gang. So next week we'll have more Giggle for you. But let's talk about FastPass Plus. So we did the test last Saturday, and that's when we recorded this video.
And we actually could have done it for 2 different days, but we were sick. All of us were sick.
Everybody
the first
was sick.
day.
Even our cast member.
Everybody was sick. And then the second day, we were late because Disney transportation
well, there were issues.
Going anywhere.
There were issues.
Yeah.
So, but it all worked out.
Right.
And I'm glad the transportation challenges
So we
happened.
learned how.
We learned. Well, Derek was able to test out the system. He was able to change our Space Mountain time to a later time, and he was able to go on Space Mountain.
He was
had
able
to work.
To ride.
He actually had to work that day in the Magic Kingdom. So it was nice to sort of test it out. That's what we're doing now. What we're doing on the screen is, if you don't have a smartphone, Derek, our friend, has a smartphone, so he can actually change.
We have a smartphone.
Well, what I'm saying is, ours, he because it's a cast member thing,
he can go on.
He had access to it, where we had to use the kiosks that are set there.
But eventually, all guests who are part of this will be able to do it through their smartphone.
If you could just sign into your account, your Disney account, you can do it. But because of a test, we personally did not have access. But this is demonstrating how you're able to change your attractions, change your times. You want to watch it and hear him. Our friend Derek will narrate it and explain it.
Right, we have the full video up of that. But what was I going to say is that when we went to Thunder Mountain, unfortunately, because it was down and it was going to be down probably all day, we weren't able to change it to another experience. We could have changed it to another time, but we were told that it wasn't going to be open anyway. Right.
So, I mean, again, it was only testing stage. We have no idea how this will work. We don't even know.
An idea,
well, we don't know for sure if pass holders or day guests will be able to utilize it yet.
We have no idea. I know Magic Your Way ticket holders, but I don't know if it will be resort guests mostly, deluxe resort guests mostly. I mean, that hasn't been announced.
But I think once they get all the bugs out, it should be a good thing. I mean, it should be a good thing if everyone is able to utilize it. It'll help. It'll help. You won't have to race to the park to get a Midway Mania Fast Pass. You could do it at home.
Yeah, but I'm not a big fan of doing it 2 months in advance. If it was like a day or two, I don't have a problem with that.
6 months.
I thought it was 2.
No. This is
6 months. Is dining. No, is it really?
Yeah, I believe
I read 2.
6 months.
I'm going to say 2, but we'll see what it is.
Yeah, I mean,
it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Months in advance, I don't know what I want to ride. So maybe the day before, I might have a little bit of an idea, but I prefer to wing it.
We shall see, but again, I would recommend you actually watch the whole thing, see the process going. Right now, I think we're going to show you how it works. You walk up to your attraction, you hold up the card lights up. It actually plays
like a song.
Themed, right, in this case, there's Jungle Cruise music that lights up, and sort of like the very first cast member you see, it gets you into the line. Then when you get to the where the next cast member, you'd normally hand them your FastPass ticket. You just take the FastPass Plus card, like we're doing now. You scan it, and the cast member. No, we found out there's a little thing
or
over
bracelet,
here,
whatever they'll have.
And there's our name. There's Denise, and you're celebrating your personal triumph.
Everybody,
so
that's
nice
what
when
Derek
they welcome
said.
You. They can say, "Welcome, Denise, and congratulations on your personal triumph."
Or birthday, or whatever. That was what Derek chose.
I do like that. It makes you feel sort of special.
But if there's thousands of people doing it, we'll see.
But unfortunately, this 20-minute show went by fast. Thank you to our sponsors, Theme Park Connection and Maple Leaf Tickets. Merry Christmas to everyone, and we will see you after Christmas.
Or before Christmas, maybe.